Okay, ahoy everyone, it's Jeff, aka Godless Scummer. Yeah, just back again. I'm just doing another little live watch along with the old European Championships here. It's the quarterfinal today. England versus the Ukraine. Well, technically, the Ukraine are the home side, so we'll have them up. This is going to be a tough one for England, I think, because they do not have home advantage today. They were playing in the Stadio Olimpico in Rome, Italy. So it's been played at a neutral venue. I will just they're just doing a whole national anthem sing at the moment. I'll put the commentary sort of on in the background in a minute. Anyone wants to come in on watch along, you can just DM me or something. Hopefully I will not have an internet crash like I did the other day during the England-Germany game, especially it happened when England scored their second goal. But this could be an interesting one because I think this is one England on paper would probably be expected to win, which means that they're more likely to fuck it up. It's normally what happens, and they do have a penchant for kind of fucking up in the quarterfinals of major European, major football tournaments. So at the moment, we've just got hey nerdy, by the way. Yeah, they're playing a lot of football at the moment. It's I will address one. I'm going to just say one thing. Okay, I've sort of pointed this out on Twitter. I'm just going to point out something to one thing here. If England do win this today, could be rest assured that it has nothing to do with the magical psychic abilities of one Uri Geller. Why that fucking guy still gets airtime by anyone, I don't know. He's claiming his magical powers are going to help England win today if we all have faith and so in him and all that shit. Here's the thing, and I've said this on Twitter a few times. Uri Geller supports a club called Reading, who have never won fuck all in like the 30 or 40 years he's been. You'd think they'd have won the Champions League by now if this guy could do all the shit he claims to do. So Uri Geller can go fuck himself. So we'll get that out of the way. So we got up front here. Yarmolenko's. Okay, I'm going to really struggle with the Ukrainian names. I'm going to tell you that now. Let's get the banner up. Not quite kicked off yet, but anyway. I'll unmute this so you've got the commentary slightly going in the background. Now, England's, they've got Pickford in goal, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Stones, Walker. That's the back four from the other day. Phillips and Rice in midfield. Sterling, Mount and Sancho playing today. I thought Sacco might have got another shot. And Harry Kane up front by himself. So, okay, they just said Sacco got a bit of a knock-in. Ben Foden's, of course, is still on a yellow card, so he might come in. What's that his name? Ben Foden? Phil Foden, whatever. He's a. So Ukraine, obviously, in all yellow. England in the traditional white and white shirts, blue shorts. Dark blue shorts combo. And if you're watching High Animal Science TV, if you are watching this game, I believe now it's on BBC in the UK. I think ESPN have it in America. I have not got a clue who's got it in Australia or Canada. I really have no clue. If you're watching it, and by the way, can I just say, fuck the lot of you, to any of you people who are booing England taking the knee right now. Fuck the lot of you. Seriously, get fucked. Okay, Ukraine kickoff going left to right on the screen. Now, I did sort of say to now the other match earlier, Denmark won it. Now that means if England get through, they play Denmark in the semi-final. So I did sort of say to Hopswatch, maybe we ought to do a stream watching this game. If England win, we can do an England versus Denmark stream. I have to make sure I've got internet though, because I am going away for a few days next week. So I'm not going abroad or nothing, because I got a dent at the moment. But so it's going to be a bit early days yet. England just getting a few passes together, but they've got Luke Shaw on the attack. They lost the ball, but it's oh, of course, Andriy Shevchenko's the Ukrainian coach. Hell of a fucking player in his day. Yeah, I mean, this is one thing. England have had a little bit of advantage thus far in this tournament that they don't have tonight, and that's that all of their games up until now have been at Wembley Stadium. Now they've got to go to Stadio Olimpico. So I think it's now obviously there've been there's obviously a lot of hype around Raheem Sterling because he has done very well in this tournament, but that was a bad pass though. Yeah, it's one of those little knocking the ball around stages. So far, England have had most of it, but so we're only a couple of minutes in. You can't really. If they could get a decent ball into the box early on, I think it'd be. So I put my Southampton shirt on today. I don't have an England shirt, so I don't know if I really want one, in all honesty. But I've had them before, like in the past. But it was a stumble. Yeah, that's definitely wasn't a penalty. We got decent little build up by England though. Oh, got a chance. Oh, England are 1-0 up. Well, let's just check first because it's just check there's no VAR with this, but it looks as if England are a goal up. Harry Kane. Just want to before I change the banner though, I do want to just check this. No, there isn't any VAR like issues here or anything because. Let's have a little look. Oh no! Oh, he was onside by a mile. That's a great start for England. Always worry though when England score that early on because it normally sort of means they peak a little bit early. But I did say in the last game that Harry Kane, like if he could get himself that goal because he looked really bad, that he'd be off and running. And he got a goal against Germany, and straight away he scored again. Hey Hops, come and join if you want, mate. If you do, you fancy it. Yeah, I always worry though when England score that early in a game because it's just generally a sort of sign that they've done that before and then they've gone to fucking sleep afterwards. So Yeah, Sterling sort of fed it in for him again. So might Oh yeah, Animal Science. See it TV. Yeah, of course I have, mate. Have I got DM me on? Do you follow me on Twitter? So sorry, I've got this policy about not putting the link out in but I don't care about football. It'll be a bit difficult because that's what I'm watching. But this is the thing. I'm not one of the few people in like my probably. This is one of the things you see. Hey Chris, good to see you, mate. We can't win this one. We never will. Yeah, it's still a long way to go, mate. I mean, and here's the thing. Italy and Spain are still in this tournament as well, and to be honest, even I mean, we got to get past Ukraine anyway, so let's not talk about this. To be honest, the way Denmark are playing at the moment, I wouldn't. Then England, if they get to the semi-final, England are not going to have a fucking easy game against Denmark. They look really good. That's it. Animal Science. Yeah, sure. That's it. Let me just follow you back. Okay. Give me a minute or two. Give me a minute or two, mate. I'll send you the link. You got the link if you do fancy joining. It's up to you. I know you never, Chris. I know you never blocked me. I know you didn't block me because I sometimes still see you on there, but I don't take it personally. I'm not on Facebook that much anyway. Honestly, I'm glad to hear you and Micah are talking again anyway. So, what was anyway? Look. Oh, so this is it. Now Ukraine is starting to wake up a little bit now. So this is what I mean about England scoring early, right? That they do that now. You get the feeling that's actually, if anything, it's just woken the Ukraine up a little bit. So they're starting to put some. Yeah, no worries, Chris. It's fine. I don't go on Facebook much anyway now. I really don't. Oh, England. Okay, that's good. Little interception there. Can they build an attack? Probably not. They're just gonna. Okay, they're just gonna start knocking it about again. Okay, fair enough. So there's only really been like one change in the side that started the other day, as far as I can see, which is Sancho on for Sacco, because Sacco's picked up a little injury. He was one of the best players for England the other day as well, Sacco. It's a shame that Okay. And same here, Chris. I know, look, you and I have differences of opinion on some stuff at times, but it's not. No, it's fucking personal, mate. I wasn't gonna like mock the typo actually, Chris, but yeah, I did see it. I did notice it. You know, if my Aussie friend Jen had been in here, she would have caught that in a minute because anything to make a little sexual innuendo joke, Jen will take it. Play a bit more central, Jadon Sancho. He likes to, he's comfortable receiving the ball, he's back to goal, he can twist and turn and take people on. He'll have a very good understanding of Kyle Walker. Oh, giving it away again. Now England, this is where England got to be careful here. Okay, good defending. I mean, England, to their credit, have been pretty good at defending in this tournament. It's been one of the better. Yeah, I think most of them are. I think most of them are in bed right now. So thankfully. So it's either that or they're just getting up in the morning now. So. Oh no, seriously, they're going to show the picture of you little Ukrainian girls looking like they're going to cry. That's cruel. It's still only 12 minutes into this match yet, so. I was going to say, yeah, Harry Kane could, if he starts scoring again, I mean, he could break England's all-time goal-scoring record, which is kind of weird because it was only broken a few years ago by Wayne Rooney, but it stood for like 30 years under Bobby Charlton's records. Yeah, certain states are locked down because I know a few of the Aussies, and I think like I can't remember if it's Victoria or New South Wales that's locked down, but Western Australia's not. You got to remember, Australia is so bloody vast compared to like England. It's so, the UK, you could fit that in the bottom corner of Australia, and yet, that a lot of it's not. So it's got some of the certain states within. I'm not a massive issue in how all the state systems and that work in Australia, and stuff like the state governments. My friend Chris would know because he's stood for Parliament in Australia. He didn't win his seat. He didn't win his seat, but he stood for the Liberal Party, which is ironically they're called the Liberals. They're actually like the fucking Tories in Australia, which is it's probably a lot of people are even more surprised that I'm like actually friends with someone who's a conservative. But I get on with the guy, I like him. Sometimes it's healthy to be around people, have different views as well. So, okay. Okay, England passing the ball about all right. Well, I say that they just get dispossessed. The only thing they need to be careful of is they don't want to kind of slow the game down too much. It feels like a good moment for them to maintain. On the whole, though, Chris, I'm going to say I think Australia have handled it better than we have. They've had periods where they've been able to come out of lockdown for a bit longer. Um, Yeah, well, the Liberals are the Conservatives in Australia. It's just like a misleading name. You know, it's good. Okay, I'm on the Chris. Okay, I'm going to say something about your comment here. Okay, I'm going to say that. I know that's the nickname you got for me, but I'll just actually point out that there's a guy called G-Man, okay, that a lot of the atheists or YouTubers will know, who's this Christian fucking lunatic. So just try not to use that nickname for me in this community, because I'll have to show you whenever we meet up and have a pub again. I'll have to show you some fucking G-Man. This guy, he's this Christian guy who's fucking insane. Oh, Ukraine have got a break on. So, John Burney, Dane here, and I'm worried about me. I'll throw Ukraine. Hey, got two Danes in the chat then. Cool. Hopswatch is in Denmark as well. Good buddy of mine. Oh man, Jeff. Oh yeah, but he had a cute cat, G-Man. Oh yeah, Chris. Whatever. Yeah, when I don't know if you're aware of him but if you're not, I'll whenever we can meet up and have a beer again. I'll show you some fucking G-Man clips. That guy's a fucking lunatic. John Burney, who just popped towards him into the chat there, Hops says he's in Denmark. Oh, Ukraine. Oh, England got that one away. There you go. There you go. John Summer, Copenhagen. All the teams you've expected to not compete when they've got a goal behind or a couple of goals behind, they fought to the last minute. You're not tried the micro bar out yet, correct? You're not doing pubs anymore, but I've been in the micro bar a couple of times. Seems all right. Seems a bit something different. There we go. I'm going to see a lot of comments in Danish in my chat in a minute, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, nah, bad ball. We had a chance there too. Kicked out. So I'm going to screen for 2 seconds. Yeah, I think so. Decent start for England, this, I suppose, but Ukraine is still in this. You know, Ukraine are starting to get a few passes and stuff together now, so it's not getting everything their own way. Just a little worried that they'll get settled into this blooming rhythm and we end up having a dull game. Which, I mean, you know, the good thing at England Germany, it wasn't a dull game because, you know, throughout the group stages, England were fucking dull as hell to. Chris, you like craft beers, mate? You actually need to talk to Hops. He can invite. He could advise you on some good ones to get. I'm certain. Part of the game that Gareth Southgate will be heavily focused on now. The goal has done so well. Had a good start to the game. But stay focused, stay sharp. Just don't want any moments like that. You don't want to be giving away needless free kicks and set pieces because against these types of teams, that is where they will really thrive.
Filled with ice. I've always thought that. Like, after the game, obviously, for 20 seconds.
I've just seen what Hops put on Twitter as well. So I haven't looked at Twitter for a few minutes. Yeah, that's it really. So we could hopefully stream together on I think it'd be Tuesday night. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna have to probably I'm going away Tuesday, so I'm gonna have to take my laptop with me. Apparently, a hotel does have Wi-Fi and it's free. Apparently, although I don't know whether it's gonna be one of those like free for half an hour kind of shit. Cool. You want to sub to his channel, mate, if you haven't already. Please give Hobbs Watch a sub if you haven't already. Anyone, not just Chris, but anybody. I was, surprised about that, John. That it's not on Danish TV. I mean, pretty much every match in this tournament's been shown on British TV. Oh, go on. Oh no, no one there. Wow, good little. That was a good little bit of play by England there, but wow, just last ball was a bit. Yeah, Luke Shaw. He's coming good again, Luke Shaw. I mean, he came from Southampton's academy, like so. We ended up selling him to Manchester United, but. Well, so I said in my stream the other day. I mean, I got my Southampton shirt on. We've had some decent players come through our academy over the even over the last 10, 15 years. Theo Walcott, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Luke Shaw, and of course certain Gareth Bale. Of course, we end up selling all of these players, but we got one or two decent ones coming through now. I mean, Stuart Armstrong's pretty decent, but
horrific injury. His early years at Manchester United to come back through that to where he is right now. Got to give credit to the lad. Against Germany, he looked a little bit uncomfortable in the first half in that wing-back position, but in the second half, he was absolutely brilliant. Also, the player that's created chances. I think he's top of the chances created list for England with 5. Kieran Trippier's next up 3. It just shows the importance.
Oh yeah, that's right. Is Kieran Trippier in the side team? Because I think he was. Hey, Kevin. Okay, we're 24 minutes into the game there, Animal Science TV. So we got just over 20 minutes to half time. So we got a while yet, and if this goes to extra time or penalties or anything, we could be here quite some time. It's up to you. It's the links there if you want it, but pretty much what I'm doing is just watching football tonight. In all honesty, I'm just doing a watch along. Kind of, I don't have much better to do. And see, now I suppose under normal circumstances, I'd go to a pub and watch this, but hey, COVID and getting a table anywhere at a pub at the moment, good luck. I'm damn sure that in any of the pubs in my area, all the tables would have been booked like 2 or 3 days in advance for this. Probably would have been booked right after the Germany game. So, So at least this way, I at least get to like watch football and at least socialise with the live chat a little bit, even if I am one of the. Because this is the thing I noticed, especially this sort of like online community, there are not many sort of sport people who enjoy sport at all, and people who watch it. It's just I seem to be a bit of an exception. Oh yeah, totally, Chris. Absolutely, yes. And they've Hummel, right, who make the shirts. I'm going to be ordering one at some point, but they Hummel, who made the shirts, used to make shirts for Southampton back in the 80s, and they've re-released the retro one, which I've actually gone and bought the old Draper Tools shirt. That it is red and white, but it actually, because it's the stripes, it's so fine, it almost looks like a pink shirt. It's just really weird. I mean, I didn't mind this one. What I've got now, I didn't mind because the original Southampton kit was actually slightly different to this. It was white with like a red bands going down. That's like the original colours of the club. And we used to have things that were in quarters for a while, and then before we went to stripes. Sancho, he was a mile offside there. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know they were Danish, actually. Hold on. Let me find it. I've got it right here somewhere. Okay. It's this one right here. It's what you see what I mean, where it looks, well, I say it looks slightly pink because of the fineness of the stripes there. But that was the Southampton strip in like 1987 to 88, something like that. And they've just re-released that shirt because Hummel have got the contract with the club again. But I do want it to go back to the traditional stripes, red and white stripes. Oh. Okay, England got a free kick. Do you think what? Yeah, thanks, John. But I've got to tell you something. Actually, at the time, and for years, I really hated that shirt. But I don't know why. It's sort of it's a bit of nostalgia. It sort of grows on you after a while, and you just like, yeah. When they re-released it, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that shirt. Okay, free kick in. Oh, I got ahead to it, but over the bar. See, free kick situations. I'm going to say it. I'm biased here. This is where they could do with James Ward-Prowse in the team, but Gareth Southgate didn't pick him. I'm biased there because James Ward-Prowse is a Southampton player who I feel should have been in the squad at least, and he is excellent at free kick and corner kicks. He is really good at dead ball situations. I suppose there's a couple of Southampton players that could be argued. There's an argument for a guy named Danny Ings as well, but here's the thing. I understand why Gareth Southgate left him out, because Danny Ings does seem to be very cool, mate. But you do realise I might go onto my avatar at some point. Yeah, that's actually actually it's got some John Burney. I was gonna say it's actually got some elements of the Denmark strip. And you can now it makes sense now. Hop said that Hummel's Danish brand because like the little arrow type things on the shirt, right? We've got them on our thing. It almost seems to be like a little honestly, it does seem to be almost a little trademark of theirs, and it's quite synonymous with like some of the Denmark kits over the years. That was a brilliant Denmark team in like the '86 World Cup. They were like, you know, they had a brilliant side.
It's got so much license to go, you know, Jaden. You'd hope that Kyle Walker's behind you, and Phillips going, go and do what you want to do. Go and do what you're doing.
I'd have been like Michael Laudrup and Jan Mulby, so sort of players of that era.
That's what you want to hear from if you're an attacker. It's to believe that the greatest excitement can be stirred by those just on the fringe fighting for the place. Sancho, Foden, Grealish, Saka. Can you imagine Foden now on the bench, you know, watching on, as we saw from Saka when he came on, I'm going to take my chance. Foden will be chopping in the bit to get on the pitch today. Sancho.
Yeah, and then that was a great team. Yeah. But then of course, though, but what was it back in '92? You guys won the European Championship, and no one thought Denmark had a bloody hope in hell in winning it, and they beat it. As far as everyone, England got knocked out in the group stages, and I remember that. Graham Taylor era of England, which is not fondly remembered by England fans, I can assure you. Oh, well, have a shot. Oh, another shot. No, not quite. Ukraine have got a bit of a break. England pressing them nicely. It's good. I like to see that. I mean, yeah. I mean, the players I obviously remember from the Danish teams of that era have been obviously Michael Laudrup, and then obviously his brother a bit later, Brian Laudrup. I remember. Jan Mulby would be the other one that sticks out for me. I mean, because he played in England at the time for Liverpool. Those would have been. And of course, who were the greatest England players in the 1980s? Okay, probably Gary Lineker, I would say, would have been our main guy who scored our goals. Brian Robson, I suppose, to the later 1980s, Paul Gascoigne, I suppose, Glenn Hoddle, David Platt. Well, mind you, he was more 1990s actually, but yeah, I mean, Brian Robson was in. Peter Shilton, obviously, as well as goalkeeper. I will say, I know he seems to rub a few people the wrong way in this country, but Gary Lineker is a very good Twitter follow. If you are watching this on the BBC right now, he is the main presenter for BBC Football now. But a lot of people, there's a generation that growing up that did not know that he was a really fucking good striker at one time, and only Wayne Rooney and Bobby Charlton have scored more goals for England than Gary Lineker. But Lineker was like the tapping king of football. Like let's put it this way: he scored a lot of his goals. Most of them came from with 6 to 8 yards out. Though he was the tapping king. Trying to think else in England players. John Barnes, I suppose, but in the 1980s as well.
Shevchenko has been forced into. Shakhtar defender off, another from Kiev.
Yeah, we went. Well, obviously, we went out in the quarterfinals of 1986 World Cup, and we had we very much fell victim to one Diego Maradona, the one everyone talks about is the one because there's one, the first one where he handballed it in, but the second goal he scored was absolutely breathtaking. It was just. But there's still England fans to this day who are salty about that goal that Maradona handballed in, especially when Maradona. But hilarious. I mean, actually, it's kind of. I suppose it's kind of funny unless you are an England football fan. But he said that Argentina's winning the World Cup came through the hands of God. Cheeky fucker, really, isn't he? But yeah, there's a lot of England fans to this day are still a bit salty over that. But I don't know. I liked. Oh, Ukraine got a chance here. Oh, good defending. That was the best bit for Ukraine, though. Oh yes, I remember that. I remember hearing that story. Gary Lineker had a little accident in his football shorts during an England game. Yes, best not to get into to the details of that one, but.
Yeah, you're going to have those moments. And that's what I was talking about before, about managing the game and the importance of Rice and Phillips in there, just maintaining that and doing that.
That's a bit of a useless ball forward by England there, but.
As you said as well. So it's just adjusting to those tiny little things that have just changed over the last couple of minutes in the game. Well, one by Sterling.
Yeah, see, this is one of those things. Oh, absolutely, John. But that goal was fucking epic, and you can't take that away from him. I mean, the first goal obviously is the one where the first goal was what England fans are salty about. Was the one where he clearly handballed it in, and then he made those comments about victory coming through the hands of gods, which. In a certain way, I got to somewhat laugh at that a little bit, but you got to also bear in mind that that was still like 3 or 4 years, 4 years after the Falklands War, and a lot of people in England were still very salty with Argentina back then. So. Oh, Luke Shaw's onside. No, come on. Oh no! Straight to the goalkeeper. Oh, he was offside anyway. That bloody flag stayed down long enough to. No, he was onside by a mile then. He was onside. It doesn't matter. We didn't score anyway, but I don't know why that flag. I do not get some of the linesman decisions and why they're leaving it so bloody long to raise flags right now. I don't get it.
They've gone to more of a 4-3-3, which defensively will become a 4-5-1 for the Ukraine.
I mean, England have been better team this half, I think, on balance. But to be honest, let's say that Ukraine have got a break on. And that's only. Oh my word! That's dangerous for England. Okay, they're giving away. England are giving away a corner. Oh, that's all right, Chris. I've got. I've already. I'll stick with Miss Stella's, mate. Honestly, for this evening. Appreciate the offer, but I'm going away to the West Country for a few days next week. I'm going away Tuesday, and so it'll probably be more. It's more cider country that anyway. So I'm going to stay in Bristol, but I'm probably going to stay in Bath or something, and Well, okay, so we've got a little under 5 minutes, I suppose, plus stoppages or whatever to half time. I guess my thoughts on this thus far be, I mean, well, I don't know. I've leave my thoughts to half time because okay. I mean, Ukraine are dangerous. They can catch England if they're not careful. I'll see what I do. I'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be bringing cider back or not. Honestly, Chris, there's only so much. Only so much I'm going to be carrying. I mean, I'll go down on the train or whatever, and it's going to be a bit weird sitting there for a couple of hours on the train with a mask on, but you get used to it. You get used to it. I've been back in my office at work and like wearing a mask for 2 or 3 hours at a time. You get used to it.
Only through their own mistakes. Small. Yeah, very small. There's no doubt that Ukraine have responded well to the change. They seem happier in the 4-3-3. They've got a little bit more of that nothing to lose type mentality now.
Oh, dangerous for England. Oh, I got away with that. And this is what I was going to say. England, I think, on balance, have been. England, on balance, I think, have been marginally the better team, but the fact that it's still only 1-0 and Ukraine are getting their chances as well. England, it means England's are very far from home and dry right now because it's still 1-0, and it's about fair, I think. I just think, I've got commentators just that England need to get themselves to half time and just calm down a bit, I think. But I remember this happened in the World Cup semi-final. We scored like in the first couple of minutes against Croatia and then fucked it up. See, Ukraine is just starting to get some momentum here, and that's all right, Chris. A lot of the time I'm in YouTube comment sections on my phone and I make loads of fucking typos and shit, so don't worry about it. You should see you should see the way some fucking people chat in YouTube chats. It's fucking. Especially, I'm gonna say it, especially flat earthers I've come across. They can't seem to string a fucking coherent sentence together to save their lives. Oh, okay, England got a break on, but no, he's not getting. Oh, still going. Free kick to England. Okay, 3 minutes of stoppage time here.
about
Yeah, I know what it's like. I kind of know what it's like, Chris. If I know I've made a typo, a lot of the time I'm a bit fucking anal about wanting to correct it, which is a real nightmare if you're on fucking something like Twitter, where you can't, you can't edit your bloody tweet or anything. Similar thing with YouTube comments. Well, you can if you comment on a video, but like in a live chat, you can't edit shit. Twitter seriously needs an edit button. That's not. To be fair, that's probably a few things Twitter needs to be doing better than just a fucking edit button. But okay, Sterling's got a little break on for England, and do England have a corner? Okay, so can England? Sorry to hear that, Chris. I mean, I don't want to knock all fat. I mean, this guy. I said my Aussie mate Chris. He's got his best mate. He's a flat earther called guy called Bobby, and I've been on streams to this guy Bobby, and he might be a flat earther, but I like it. He's just very likable. He's a really nice guy. He's not like some of the arseholes we deal with on the internet. I mean, he's got some. Yeah, he's got some weird ideas, obviously about but he's very likable. Whereas some of the flat earthers you deal with especially around YouTube and Twitter, are just fucking assholes. Okay, so he pushed him in the back. He's gone over it. They're accusing him of diving or something. This will probably be the end of the first half anyway. As soon as this ball's kicked, as soon as this free kick's taken, I'd have thought near enough. That's half time, guys. 1-0 to England. Okay. I'd say England have been the marginally better team in this first half. Ukraine do look dangerous though. Yeah, I know, Chris. We've had this conversation a lot, but yeah, my verdict on that is that England's marginally the better team. Ukraine still look dangerous. England definitely would need to get a second goal here. I think they can't try and sit and defend. If they sit and try and defend this 1-0 lead, I think they are in big trouble. Okay, guys. I am going to put a banner up, and I am going to be back in a few minutes. I'm going to be putting this one up and putting my avatar and that on. I will be back in 5 minutes or so. I am going to go have myself a cigarette and just stretch my legs a little bit for 5 minutes or so, and we'll come back for the second half. I really need to get some music or something I can play for. I'll have to get myself some royalty-free music for these sort of streams in future, I think. But okay, see you guys in 5. Right, I'm back. Let's okay. I don't know who's still. Let's just see. Okay. Don't know who's still watching. To be honest, Chris and Chris. Also, Hop. Right. Actually, if you guys, if Hops and John are still in the chat, I'm gonna say something. As we've had noted. I said this right at the beginning of the stream about bloody Uri Geller. Doing his fucking bollocks about saying his magical powers are going to help England win tonight, which is, you know, he pulled this same he pulled this same shit in Euro 96. He claimed he made Scotland with. I'm going to just say something. Uri Geller thinks that if we do get to the semi-final, do you think Uri Geller's magical powers will help England win, or will Torben Sondergaard's faith healing help Denmark win? That's the question for either Hops or John. If John's still here, I see Hops is still here. Hey, Dave. So yeah, who's if England get through to the if England can make it through to the semi-final, will Uri Geller help England win, or will Torben Sondergaard like pray for Denmark to win, and who's going to come out on top in that battle? Yeah, it was good. It wasn't bad. Sort of. That is the question of the century, Hops. Yeah. That is absolutely the question of the century. I mean, a pair of them are fucking grifters. That's a definite. But I'm just going to turn my light on. It's getting a little dark in here. Just starting to get a little dark in here, so I'm going to turn my light on. It's still half time at the moment, so it should be kicking off again in a minute or two. But I'll say this: England, if they try and sit on this 1-0 lead, they're going to come unglued, because Ukraine have just shown enough to be they could be really dangerous and hit England on a break here. So I'm trying to remember. I'm forgetting the name of the woman, bloody faith healer. When Glenn Hoddle used to manage the England team, I forget the name of the woman he brought in, but he brought a fucking faith healer in. Okay, yeah. And as I said about Uri Geller, he claimed, and as I said about Uri Geller, this guy claims he can influence the outcome of football matches, but has spent more than 30 years supporting Reading, who've never won fuck all. So, yeah. I mean, this is the thing people don't know about Geller. I don't even know. I didn't realize he's back in the UK. I thought he'd gone back to Israel, because he came over to the UK and spent like 30 years over there, basically because James Randi fucking exposed him in the United States, and he had to fucking, the guy was exposed as a fucking fraud there and then. So he was grifting a living over here for a long time. Thing is, there's 10-year-old kids now that can do that spoon bending bollocks better than he can. Okay, I'm just going to unmute the TV.
Alex Briggs whistle to get the second half started.
I totally agree with that. If the Ukraine score quickly, England will be in big trouble. If England tries sitting on this, they're going to come unstuck. They've got to be proactive a bit here. The Ukraine looked dangerous enough to score. So England, I'd say, marginally better team in the first half, but
scored early in the second half of these nations only prior meeting in the major tournament Euro 2012 when Rooney headed in from close range.
okay. Free kick for England already, though. So
Through to the quarterfinals. From here they are.
what the fuck? Geller's latest is he's CIA. He's moved on from Moss. Oh, what the fuck? Oh! Let's just wait for the VAR. It looks like it's 2-0 to England. Harry Maguire. Let's just... Right. I'm just waiting. I always... Just getting ready to edit the banner here. I'm just waiting now to see if there's any VAR stuff. Okay.
That's exactly why. That's an absolute delivery from Luke Shaw. And he's bring that right onto Harry.
It looks...
This is the one that Southgate's been waiting for. Bringing set pieces into
Lovely ball.
He's a little bit of pressure. Look at the aggression. Look at the determination from Harry Maguire. He wants it more. He was never going to miss that one. Look what it means to him. Massive goal.
2-0. It looks like it's... Okay. There you go. Okay. That's out of a start for it now. Okay. It's going to be interesting because Ukraine will have to throw caution to the wind now and just go and all out attack. I was a little worried it... That... Yeah, the commentator said that exactly about that, about the Ukrainian side getting a little better towards the end of that first half. And I'd still like to see England get the third to make it absolutely certain sort of thing. But Ukraine are going to probably make a... I'd imagine if they don't get something back soon, the Ukraine are going to make a change. Because they're going to have to go for an all-out attack now, I think. The Ukraine, oh, they got a little bit of a break on. No, not quite. It's well, this is it. Both England's goals have come like right in the I'll be honest with you, John. I mean, obviously, you know, this game's still far from over, but I'll be honest with you. As an English supporter, I'm nervous about Denmark. You know, Denmark have been very good. I mean, obviously, I know he lost the first game, but I mean, come on, under those circumstances, because that was fucking horrible. You know what happened to Christian? That was just horrible. And I will say this: Hopswatch did a brilliant a video about that because, oh my word, 3-0! Hey! I don't think there's. Again, just waiting for any VAR shit because I always feel like I have to right now, but I can't see that there is any issue with that whatsoever. That's a lovely bit of. I'm a little surprised that they would give a guy like Harry Kane that kind of space. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Wow, that's a hell of a start to the second half for England. But I was saying, yeah, John. If anything, as an England fan, I'm a little worried about Denmark because what was I saying about Hops? Is Hops did a very good video because these disgusting anti-vaxxer fucks just tried to make an issue about this having something to do with the COVID vaccine, and it was absolute nonsense. Hops did a very good takedown of them on that. It's a brilliant video. I seriously recommend everyone go and watch it. And because I mean, that was a horrible thing to have to watch. Was the what happened to Christian Eriksen? Well, unfortunately, and I've got to say, like I said, I've got to say this: it isn't unheard of in football that there's been players who've had heart attacks or cardiac arrests on the pitch. It's quite a long list, actually. Even if you just look on Wikipedia, like players who've. Yes, I know. That's been established as well, Hops, that he wasn't even vaccinated. But that surprised me a little bit, but no, just fuck these anti-vaxxers. They just even if he had been vaccinated, correlation doesn't equal causation,
Because of the performance of the team, not just the scoreline, but almost the maturity in the way that they perform. Their ability to stay compact.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, fuck anti-vax. I mean, when I sort of saw that, I was thinking of doing a video about that myself, but I think you said it all, Hops. You said it all way better than I could ever do, that I could ever hope to. So I was just more happy to plug the fuck out of your video, to be honest. But I did think about doing a video about that myself, but I just think you said it so much better than I ever could. But certainly, yeah, I mean, okay. The
management, yes, you can say change players, but it's also real understanding for Phillips and Rice and Maguire.
English expats. Yeah, I can imagine they will be. I absolutely imagine they will be a nightmare. I support England in these tournaments. So let's just say I'm not exactly always a fan of the way that some of my fellow countrymen act when they go away to some of these tournaments. Behaviour England fans has gotten a lot better over the years, but there's still a number of assholes who go to these things, and it rears its head from now. I mean, there was obviously, I'm trying to remember, it was someone in the 1980s where, well, I'm sure you guys have probably remember, England football fans went on a fucking rampage in Copenhagen. One of the Danish papers actually made a comment of 1,000 years ago we sent the Vikings to England, and Now they're getting their revenge. While fucking soccer hooligans. But no, fuck them. I can't stand. I will say, unfortunately, a bit of a problem for England fans going abroad though now is because of our history. There's a bit of a target painted on the back of England supporters away as well now, so it's kind of one of those things. We've been wrong. We've been in the wrong, but we've been yeah. And then I think was it Leeds played Galatasaray as well, and I think there was a couple of, but I mean, the big one though was, to me, I think it was a World Cup qualifier in 1998, and there was trouble in the crowd, and it turned out it was the Italian police that started the trouble. Okay, who's coming? Jordan Henderson, Declan Rice coming off. Okay, that sort of suggests to me that maybe the England are going to go a little bit more defensive now, but but yeah, I know, John. Yeah. I mean, it's always been because a lot of the time, sometimes I've cheered for England through gritted teeth, because, especially during the 80s and 90s, there was this massive far right element that used to go to follow the England team, and it's not as bad as it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. It's still, but it's like I said right at the beginning of the same. I think this may have been before you and Hops came into the chat, but I heard a few England fans booing the England team for taking the knee before the kickoff. I was like, fuck the lot of you. Fuck the lot of you. Yeah. Well, obviously, we're in this game. Is being played in the actually this. I said about 98. That of course, this is being played in Rome, Stadio Olimpico. Yeah. Apparently, Mussolini was a big Lazio fan. Might explain the thing, because I think there's always been an element of neo-fascist around Lazio. I've got to say, the one time that tested the loyalty of my own football club, Southampton, was when we were looking for a new manager at one time. There was talk of a guy called Paolo Di Canio, who was an excellent footballer, but some asshole who just revered Mussolini, and he famously gave the fascist salute when he played for Lazio, and he's outright, And I was actually was publicly saying, if Southampton make this guy their manager, I'm not supporting them again. Thankfully, common sense prevailed, and that didn't happen. But I would not have been able to support my own club in good conscience if they had made Paolo Di Canio the manager. Okay, Ukraine are about to make a substitution. But yeah, I bumped into Italian fans actually when I went to Italy in 2002. They're a bit different to us about in terms of their drinking habits. their coaches or whatever tend to stop at the like surface stations. Now, I was on a coach trip to Italy. We stopped in a service station a little bit outside Milan, and you had a whole bunch of Inter fans, and I think it was Reggiana fans in the service station. No problems whatsoever. I mean, I was a little nervous about the whole thing at first because you heard all the things like the Italian ultras and stuff, but no, it was fine. It was really cool. No, I haven't got Prime, Chris. I haven't got Amazon Prime. I'll tell you what I am looking forward to, because I do have Netflix, and what I am looking forward to is whenever it is out, maybe next year or whatever, is Sandman. Whenever that gets made, I really want to see what they do with that. Okay.
This is as close to easy street as you ever see England be. They've heard this. They're looking it around now really well. They all look
Yeah,
that's what I like about
England do look very confident now. I mean, I don't know, maybe you do wonder if Ukraine's their heads are dipping a little bit now, but oh, that was almost 4-0. That would have been an excellent goal, Harry. Wow, Harry Kane. That was an excellent bloody. I said this about Harry Kane. I've actually said this about Harry Kane because during the group games, he looked really like he was on a slump and lacking confidence. But once he got that goal, he'd be up and running. And he scored. Now suddenly he scored like 3 goals in 2 games, and he's got his 4-0. Jordan Henderson, fucking hell, that's rare. That's not a guy who we expect. That's not a guy who scores many goals. Well, just going off screen for 2 secs. Just need to have a little stretch. Off the corner there. Yeah, that's pretty shoddy defending from the Ukraine there, I've got to say. It wasn't. That was pretty shoddy defending. I mean, that's just. Well, Hops, I think we can safely say, looks like I'm going to be. I look like I'm going to be taking my laptop away with me. It looks like we're going to be streaming Tuesday, mate. Well. Okay, we've got a couple coming up. Bellingham and Rashford coming on. So let's take. Oh, and Kieran Trippier. Luke Shaw's coming off. Kieran Trippier. Oh, I forget now because that we're allowed to have 5 substitutions in a game now, which is fucking. It's weird. We used to. Oh, Raheem Sterling's coming off for Marcus Rashford. That's understandable if you're 4-0 up. Save Raheem Sterling because he's been the player of the tournament. Calvin Phillips, Jude Bellingham. So how are we going to lose this? You got to start the chants in the chat there, Hops, and John, we're gonna win 5-4. We're gonna win 5-4. Actually, what am I on about? You don't have to start those chants. We're not playing you yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're gonna. I'm like I said though. Denmark will be a much tougher game for England. I mean, I saw the way Denmark played against Wales. They fucking played Wales off the park. So yeah, I think Denmark look a very good team. So I'm. Trouble with it is I know what England fans like. We win a couple of games, we get really cocky, thinking we're the fucking best and no one can beat us. And I'm gonna say now, technically, as it's very likely, unless something we fuck up really badly right now, we're getting to a semi-final. That's going to make Gareth Southgate already the second most successful England manager after Alf Ramsey. 2 tournaments, 2 semi-finals. You know. This competition was that famous win in 1996 against the Netherlands. Oh yeah, they mentioned in the 4-1 against the Netherlands and in the Euro '96, which. That's why I watched it. So you've got a little over 20 minutes to go, or 23 minutes. Is give stoppages. We'll say 25 to 25 or so. Better and better. There's been a few little nuggets of gems that maybe Gareth Southgate didn't expect. The players that have all played well, Sean, Saka was not available today, but he came in and did a great job. Okay, so Ukraine trying to build a bit for. I mean, given their due, they don't look like they're giving up. I don't know. Is tennis actually considered? I suppose it is considered a sport. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Hops. If anything, that'll mean we'll go. If anything, if we really win this one by a big margin, means we'll go into bloody cocky on when we play Denmark. It's not a nice way for them to go out if it does end that way. The Ukrainians, they've fought hard to get themselves into this position, but you look in their faces and they look. It's not there, if you know what I mean. They look. Well, I get the feeling England are probably. I'd imagine are probably going to. It's Mount. Okay. Oh, Ukraine have got a break on. No. Oh! So, I mean, they give a goal away now. You know, it's just. I mean, I've seen people come from 4 behind to draw before. So I don't think that was a moment of madness at all. Actually, I mean that guy would have been clean through on fucking goal. Yeah, he fluffed the kick, but he.
Team has ever kept 5 in a row at the start of the European Championship. England are 20 minutes away from doing it. It's a huge thing for them to lean on. That's from a confidence perspective. Going in, the message that Gareth Southgate continually tell the players, do the right things. It'll be tough to beat. Calvert-Lewin will get some game time.
You know, they're going to bring Calvert-Lewin on. So I imagine that'll be Harry Kane going off. They do. They're going to bring Dominic Calvert-Lewin on.
You'll take Kane off on 2 goals.
I think he'll save Harry Kane.
Not sure about that one. It would seem the most likely.
Okay, I mean, England are pissing about at the back with it now. It's beginning to hold.
It's healthy. They all seem absolutely delighted with one another.
Oh, we've got.
Maybe get another chance. England number 9.
I find this weird. This whole like 5 substitution rule now. I do find this a bit strange.
Stones.
Not sure that I'm in favour of it.
Challenge. A bit of frustration. Creeping into the game. Felix Brick is not having it.
Yeah, Harry Kane is coming off for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I believe. Yeah, he's done all right tonight, hasn't he? 2 goals. Probably just thinking save him for the semi now. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. 4 attempts, 3 on targets, 2 goals. That's pretty good. Pretty good work for the night.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin for his 11th appearance for the senior England side. His debut against Wales only last October. Still, England's players are all over Ukraine, not allowing them out.
I think it does look like the Ukrainian team that looks like their heads are dipping a bit. Oh, maybe not though, because they are chasing stuff down a bit. But
Stare down Pickford here. Swerve past Henderson.
they still, I'll give them their due. They still look like they're trying to get forward and give it a go.
Runs up the shot.
Oh,
Fierce. Pickford was able to watch it. Run straight to it. It's a great strike. The space is open up in front of him just to have a go. Wasn't getting pressed. Lovely strike from Makarenko. Pickford can do with that. He
yes.
just get it as far away from goal as possible. Didn't want to risk catching it. Way too much power on it anyway. Some man. Harry Maguire has to be a little bit careful for the rest of the game now. Left on the field for England. It's like I said, he's not got much to deal with. I mean, the only concern is
I just think.
his
Okay, looks to me now. I mean, I don't.
really annoying.
Kind of looks to me like this might be a bit of a dull finish to this game. I don't know. Oh, good ball forward though. It looked like Ukraine are trying to just throw men behind the ball and damage limitation, maybe. I don't know. It looks like England's are just going to ease up now and.
27 international goals now for Kane. Owen 40, Greaves 44, Lineker 48, Charlton 49, Rooney 53. They are the men he will overtake. I don't think there's any doubt in that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Handball by Ukrainian, but it's nothing in that. So.
13 minutes and 90 to go. Cruising through to the European Championship semi-final in a day with Denmark at Wembley.
I mean, to be honest, I suppose if there's any England manager I would like to see be successful is Gareth Southgate, because he just seems like a pretty likable guy, you know. We've had some managers. We've had England managers who've just been fucking arseholes who you just don't like, you know. Glenn Hoddle was a great footballer, but manager, I mean, especially always like religious crap that he used to spout as well. And you know, the ironic thing is the guy who's coaching the England team wasn't even supposed to be coaching them. He, you know, he's probably most famous as a player, Gareth Southgate, because in this tournament, Euro 96, he missed the penalty that put England out of the tournament in the semi-final. He sort of packed up playing. I forget the club that he managed. I think it might have been Middlesbrough for a bit. He didn't do that well, but he ended up coaching the England under-21 side and did a pretty decent job really good job with the young England under-21s. And the FA appointed this guy called Sam Allardyce to be the England manager, and he managed one game and then got sacked. It turned out what a bloody corrupt bastard he was. They just put Gareth Southgate in as like a caretaker boss and then gave him a chance. So I'm kind of glad they did, because Gareth Southgate's just kind of likable, you know. He's just sort of a likable guy. So you kind of want to see, if you do want to see an England manager do well, it's him.
When it drops, it's when you start to make mistakes, when sloppy things start to creep into your game, and they've still got a clean sheet that they want to hold on to here.
Ooh, Ukraine could get one back. No, they've got a corner though. They're still having a go. Got to appreciate that. They're still having a go.
Defensively have been so strong. That's what they can cling on to here in terms of, let's just finish this game strong. Don't concede any goals, stay organised, no mistakes. All these things are important. The latter you go in, the deeper you go into the competition.
Oh, Calvert-Lewin on the head. Not known for being a defensive player. Right. Yeah, cool, Chris. Yeah, we would do that. Dude, we will go in the micro bar up in Hedge End some point. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, okay, it's a little, possibly a little inexpensive, so because a lot of the micro bars are, but it's all right. It's not a bad place. You, me, and Mike could go up there and have a beer or something. But I think the sort of sting's gone out of this game a bit now because I just think, you know, it's like England kind of know, unless they really, they got 10, England have got 10 minutes to fuck this up real badly. But you don't think that it's not likely that they're going to right now. It's changes formation, depending on the game, depending on how he sees it, where he sees the threat. I'm just thinking. I think England has scored as many goals in this game as they've done in the rest of the tournament. I mean, they only scored 2 goals in the group stages and 2 goals against Germany. So they've effectively doubled their goal tally in this game alone. I wouldn't worry too much about the track and trace. I mean, they'll ask you to do it, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Trusts his players. That's why he made all those changes. He knows the depth that he has is the quality is vast. It allows him to do that. Okay. Mason Mount and England coming forward again. But yeah, you see what I mean? I think England is just, they're kind of happy with 4-0 here. I get the feeling they're not going. It's more. Not. Let's not take any unnecessary risks right now. But Sancho's. Oh, he's having a little go around the back. Okay, saying he's fouled the Ukrainian defender there. The quick feed from Jadon Sancho got him away. That touch just brought Mykolenko back into play. Not sure Jadon really did much, but yeah, I don't even. Yeah, I don't even think that was a foul, personally. Fair enough, Chris. It's up to you. Good to see that, up to you. That's what I love about Jadon Sancho. That ability just to look someone in the eyes and go by you. And to know that we have that in our squad and use it. Maybe when we get out of this, maybe we'll be able to go out there when we're out of all this bollocks, you know. Hopefully that won't be too much longer now. I mean, I think track and trace is going to last a little while yet, though. Even if we, I'd imagine track and trace is going to be the last thing that goes. It's just my guess. Sancho, England are getting the Olays. All the Olays, England knocking the ball about. Yeah, the prediction was that Ukraine were going to have more supporters here. It does seem like England have got more fans here than. I wonder if there's a few expats in Italy. Yeah, maybe we'll do that some point, Chris. Maybe some point in the next couple of weeks we'll do that. As I said, I'm going away for 4 days next week. I just need to get away for a bit. Now, Little more than 5 minutes of regular time left now. Well, Ukraine have got a little.
Sancho gets back. Mikalenko carries on determinedly. Henderson.
Oh, that is oh my word, that was cocky as hell. That was really cocky. Backheel it out like that in your own bloody box. That is really cocky.
This is like the greatest therapy session watching England you've ever had.
As I said, the one thing about this, though, is I think England will get a bit, everyone will get a bit too cocky about England's chances now. And England are not going to have this. It's such an easy game against Denmark. I do not believe that for a second.
Still the semi-final to come. There's Maguire. Swiftly back to Pickford. Counting down the minutes now.
Yeah, okay, we could do that, Chris. I'll pop round for a couple of hours. We'll just sit out and have a couple of tinnies or something.
Just trying to pick out what player we performed so well was difficult because the whole team played well. And they had to be like a very good Germany side. And tonight's been another one of those where it's such a professional performance. I think that's been the most impressive thing. There were a couple of moments in the first half where they got a bit sloppy, but other than that, they've fully dominated this game and have been fully in control of it, which I think is the really impressive thing. It's a huge game, big quarter-final in the European Championships, and the mentality of the team is great. Makarenko. You can hear all around the stadium, pretty much all around the stadium. It feels football's coming home.
There's the 3 lines chance to go in now. Yeah. Oh my word! I didn't now. Okay, that's something I would be worried about if you're Danish. I didn't realise the semi-finals were going to be played at Wembley, so that's definitely going to play into England's hands. Yeah.
Speak to him, I suppose. Plenty of time for Harry Maguire. 3 Ukraine changes. Going to happen before the end. One of them coming on is Yohei Sudikov, 18 years old. He's going to get his competitive debut. That tells you.
So they're bringing. So the Ukrainians are going to make 3 changes when they're 4-0 down, and I'm not being funny. They probably should have done this when they were 2-0 down. Rolled the dice then. Cool, Chris.
The return to Ukraine's capital for an injury hit 3 years at West Ham.
So very much getting near the end. I don't get this for why the Ukraine. Why are you going to make this big change and bring 3 substitutions on now when I ain't being funny? That's something they should have done. That's something they should have done at 2-0. I don't know how much stoppage time they're going to give to. I imagine they won't give that much because it's not really like the game's that much of a contest anymore. But, give us an edge, Judo. They're still having a go. I've got a good 10-15 passes to go here. Yeah, the point I'm making, Dave, is that they're going to roll the dice on making some big changes in the team. They should have done that half an hour ago when they still had a chance at they still had a chance of being in this game.
Henderson, plenty of energy.
They haven't. Wow. They've not even added a second of stoppage time. Wow. That's it. Final result. And that's the final score, guys. 4-0 to England. Looks like it's England and Denmark in the semi-final. Whoever wins that plays either Italy or Spain in the final. I still think out of the 4 teams left in this tournament, I kind of fancy Italy.
England dominating and giving the nation not only something to cheer.
But yeah, that was a good result for England. I thought. I mean, I went into this one thinking England would probably win, but I was thinking like 2-1 or something like that. I wasn't expecting 4-0. Yeah. But you know what I mean. If you're gonna roll the dice and like make a load of changes, you know, do it when you've still got something to play for. You see what I'm saying? When they're 2-0 down, they should have rolled the dice. Really, more than they did. Okay, guys, I've been going nearly 2 hours with this stream now. Thanks to everyone who's been in the chat: Chris, Dave, Hops, and John. Some of the guys who were earlier, Animal Science TV. So it's almost on Nerdy was in there for a bit, and I do believe the Staller, aka Compo, has been lurking in the background off and on. So, yep, I'll be probably talking to Hops in a day or two or something. We'll try and get something arranged because if it is going to be England and Denmark in the next game, I think it's we're gonna have to have an Englishman and a Dane streaming. I think so. Sandy's been lurking in the background as well. Good to see you, Sandy. But I'm going to shut down now. Probably at some point I'll get back to doing some actual regular fucking content again, I suppose. But I've mainly been taking a break from YouTube. This has just been filling. This is just time filling stuff for me because I can't go out to the pub and watch the match. So, right, Dave, that'd be a damn good way for one of us to get a copyright strike on our channel. Honestly, YouTube will come down like a ton of bricks. That's why I'm doing watch-alongs. Yeah, that will that would involve me using Discord, Dave, and I fucking hate Discord. So no. Anyway, I'm calling it a day, guys. Thanks everyone who's put up with me jabbering on about football for 2 hours. Yep. Onwards and upwards to the semi-final. Okay. Cool. See you later. Salute.